clock's here.
Thanks, Janice. Send him in. Good afternoon, Mr. DeHutt.
Oh,
Janice says that you're working on an action film.
Yes, it's called Reroutering, and I think the best place to start is to tell you where it all originated from.
Okay, shoot.
Have you ever lived somewhere where the Wi-Fi is continuously breaking, and every time that you try and get online, you just are met with a little dinosaur that says no internet?
Absolutely.
So that's the initial problem that my characters, Daniel and Troy, will be facing, but then it becomes a much greater threat.
Okay, sounds good. I've reviewed your general outline already. You have 10 minutes. Give me a plot description.
Sure thing. So we start by following Daniel across campus.
What's up?
Oh, hey Daniel. Just trying to get my homework done.
That's fair. I have like 5 essays due at the end of the week. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get through this semester.
I'm sure you'll be able to get through it.
Well, it would be a lot easier if the Wi-Fi didn't shut down every other minute. Is it down for you too?
It was working. Oh, nope, it's down for me too. You'd think that for all the money we pay to be here, we would at least have decent Wi-Fi.
I guess we're asking for too much. I feel like I could fix this if people would listen to me. While we're waiting for the Wi-Fi to come back, I'm gonna go get the coffee I ordered.
What, you think you can solve any problem just because you have a different idea than everyone else?
Troy, the Wi-Fi provider is evil and stealing the money.
I mean, I know they're a bad provider, but I don't know that evil is the word I would use.
I'm not joking. I saw the technician walking out of the server room with a bag full of checks from the college.
Bag of checks? How do you know that it wasn't just a payment for the Wi-Fi?
This isn't checks mix, Troy. Because the college would send the payments to the provider, and they definitely wouldn't just give them a whole duffel's bag worth of it.
Okay, fine. Assuming you're right, and I'm not sure that you are, what are we supposed to do about it?
I think we should tell the police.
Dude, you still haven't convinced me, and you want to try and tell the police? They aren't going to believe you. You have no proof.
We have to try. They're the best option to check this out.
Fine. We can give them a call, but don't be surprised when I'm right.
What's the worst they can say? That they don't believe me? So they don't believe me.
Told you so.
Okay, so maybe we do need some proof, but how do we get it?
Hey, I never agreed for this to be a we thing. I'm still not convinced.
What? But think about how big of a deal this could be. If money is getting stolen, our tuition could be being wasted, and the college could be shut down.
Fine. If you're right, this is a big deal for the college. But what are we supposed to do? Neither of us have any authority of any kind.
Yeah, but we can always boycott them on the internet or something. Make some post on X.
Well, if we're going to do this, then I have an idea of how to get some information.
I think I'll look up what I can at the coffee shop tomorrow. I'll see you when you're done with your investigation.
Sure, see you then. Not seeing much info at all. It's like the provider never existed until recently. Wait, that might be helpful.
done my part. What have you done?
Okay, so there's very little info about these guys online, which is weird since basically everything is online. I couldn't find any names attached to the company or anything like that on their website.
So while I've been sneaking around trying to find things out, you've been sitting here doing nothing, drinking coffee?
I said that I found very little, not nothing. I couldn't find the location of their offices, but I did find an old floor plan that shows the main office. And where would an evil boss want to keep his stolen money?
In his office. Nice.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know where this office is, or even if it exists.
Well, luckily for you, that's what I spent the day finding. It's only a couple miles from the college.
No way. Well, it sounds like we have somewhere to be.
We should probably go drop our stuff off at our room first, and then let's go get our money back.
Let's get going then.
Boss, we got a big problem. Someone broke in. I don't know who, but we gotta find out now.
Well, we should probably go take care of them then.
Yeah, we should probably go do that.
You know that means we should probably go and find them, like, right now. Oh,
Yes, it does.
Yep,
Let's
let's
go
go.
get them.
Don't you think it's weird that there hasn't been anything in any of these rooms?
Considering the empty parking lot and the fact that they're stealing from a college, not really.
You know, that's a good point. Hopefully there's nobody here and it's easy to steal the money.
Shh, it sounds like there's people coming. What do we do?
We need to get that money. We can't go back.
Well, we aren't gonna make it to the money if we get busted.
No, we won't. But you can.
Huh?
I'm gonna distract him so you can slip past him.
How are you gonna do that? It's a long hallway with nowhere to hide.
Get in one of these rooms. I'll make them chase after me. Once they're gone, you go to the main office and you get the bag. When you get the bag, you go to the car and you drive away, okay?
But you don't know what they might do to you.
No, but I need to see this through. This is how I can help.
Okay, I'll do it. We just don't.
You know me.
Hey! We got him, boss.
who are you? Why are you here?
How did you find us?
Just a college student you're stealing money from.
No, I have my ways.
You really just told me everything I need to know. You know I'm not gonna let you leave this building now.
Oh no, what are you gonna make me do? Watch a movie on your 360p bad Wi-Fi?
Shut up. What was that? Go get him. Go get the car right now.
Why are you trying to steal money from the college?
Because they took everything from me.
Well, that doesn't sound very vague and generic at all.
Well, tell me then. How long have you been going to this school?
This is my first year. But what does that have to do with you stealing money?
Because that means you take for granted what causes my pain. This newly renovated library.
So, you're allergic to reading?
No. In fact, I love books. The ability to take all of one's knowledge on a topic and condense it into a single book for someone to learn from, it's a beautiful thing.
I'm confused. If you love books and learning, why is the library what you don't like about the college?
Because the library is supposed to be a quiet place for learning and respect. That is why I initially became the librarian for your school. But now, it's become the cool place to hang out and talk with your friends. No one shows the same reverence for learning that books are due. That is why I use the Wi-Fi now that I also provide for the school to get into the bank account of the school and write checks and gradually deposit them into my account to create my own personal library.
I think you're misunderstanding the point of a library.
What? How so?
You think it's a bad thing that everybody comes to the library, but isn't it a good thing? If they never came to the library, they might not ever realize what all the books have to offer.
But all they do really is sit around and gossip with their friends.
Most of them, sure. But there are still some who will choose to take advantage of the resources you provide them to better themselves. And if you steal their money for yourself, then how will they learn about what they're missing?
I hadn't really thought of that.
Not all of us college students are going to change the culture. Most of us are just going to get noticed and have a few friends. But we're all trying to learn and better ourselves. You are one of the people who can help us with that.
As encouraging as that sounds, I can't go back to that now. I've already stolen the money from the school. Now they just fire me and I'd go to jail.
I might have a solution for that. Let me call my buddy you're chasing, and I'll get him to meet us somewhere to take care of this.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. DeHutt. It sounds like you know your story very well, but we're not looking for that type of story in the company right now. But I have your contact information, so if you write another pitch, just let me know and we can see where we go from here.
Good luck in there, I guess.
Hello, good to see you again.
It's good to see you again. What exactly inspired you to write this story?
Well, I remember the last time we met and you told me to write something from the heart, and that's where this story comes from. It's very personal to me because it happened to me as well.
Alright, I look forward to it. Go ahead and describe the plot for me.
It's about two best friends that have been friends since first grade, and it starts on their senior year of high school, where their friendship starts to become something different. There's Jade. She's adventurous, optimistic, and has a very infectious laugh. And there's Grayson. He's very laid back and loves capturing moments through his camera. But he also holds a heavy secret, and that is he has strong feelings for his best friend Jade.
Wait, so why doesn't he just tell her? You said that they've known each other since the first grade.
Yes, exactly. But to Jade, Grayson is just a steadfast companion that has been by her side since childhood. And Grayson knows that, so he's too afraid to say anything, knowing it could jeopardize their friendship.
Gotcha. Continue.
Right, so Grayson and Jade spend almost all of their time together. Since it's their senior year, they're hanging out as much as they can.
I see. What do they do when they hang out?
Well, they definitely love going to the park right across from the school. They always sit on the gazebo to do homework or have long conversations. They also do those things at their community coffee shop because both of them believe no other place makes coffee as good as they do. They also love to go to each other's houses to watch TV or play games.
Alright, so pretty basic stuff.
Yep, that's what best friends do, right? And then, one day after school, Grayson realized that he didn't want to keep bottling up his secret feelings for Jade anymore. So he finally built up the courage to tell her. However, it didn't go quite how he hoped it would. In fact, the result he feared most came to reality, being friend-zoned. Jade isn't really comfortable with their relationship going any further than just a friendship, so she had to reject him. Because of how extremely awkward they felt after that moment, they distanced from each other for about 2 weeks. But eventually, Jade couldn't stand feeling lonely anymore since Grayson was basically her only friend. So she contacts him. They talk it out, become best friends again, and act like nothing happened. Although, it doesn't change how Grayson truly feels about Jade. They finally graduate from high school and continue to spend time together 24/7 through the summer. But before they knew it, it was time to start their first year of college. Meaning it was time to say goodbye to Jade. Their first year apart, they do pretty decent at keeping up with each other. Until someone else popped up in Jade's life. Grayson still cared for Jade, leading him to blocking her on everything and removing himself from her life. Just after a few months, Jade's relationship crashed and burned. Not only that, but she realizes that she can't connect with others the way she connected with Grayson. She developed feelings for him, but at this point, there was no hope of even talking to him again after he removed himself from her life. As for Grayson, he's still in his hometown working as a financial advisor.
So I'm confused how this is a romance if they're living separate lives now.
Just let me keep going. Trust the process. Jade works hard and graduates with a bachelor's degree in occupational therapy. As soon as she did that, she decided to take her career back to her hometown in Texas. Utah may have loved Jade, but Jade did not love Utah. A few days after she moved back, she decided to take a trip down memory lane. She visited the gazebo her and Grayson used to hang out at all the time. And lo and behold, Grayson was walking past at the same time. After he recognized Jade, he couldn't just ignore her, so he walks up and they finally reunite. And then they hit it off and they fall in love and it's happily ever after.
Well, thank you for your time, but that's not the kind of story we're looking for right now.
Oh, okay, well, thank you for your time anyways.
Lily, how's it going?
Hey,
Candy?
alright.
Do I have a story for you today?
Mrs. Smith and her child had been staying in the Anderson Hotel for the last 2 weeks and were on their way out to town for a bite. Just as they were about to go to the restaurant, rain started to pour. Then, it started as a sprinkle. Then, a drizzle. And then, quickly, into a shower. Just then, an old man approached. Mrs. Smith was a very distressing woman, especially apprehensive of men, so she was wary of sparking a conversation. The man looked nervous and like he was searching for a way to talk to the mother and child.
Yes?
I would like to ask a small favor. It is very small indeed, and I hate to ask it at all.
You see, Mrs. Smith was a suspicious person. She was especially suspicious of two things: strange men and boiled eggs. Whenever she got a boiled egg, she would poke around inside of it with a spoon, as though expecting a mouse or something. With strange men, she has a golden rule which says, the nicer the man seems to be, the more suspicious you must become. This little old man was peculiarly nice.
The truth of the matter is, I've got myself into a bit of a scrape. I need some help. Not much, I assure you. It's almost nothing, in fact, but I do need it. You see, ma'am, old people like me often become terribly forgetful and,
What do you want? You're gonna stop an old lady in the rain? With all your stammer and stutter?
The child wanted to tell their mother, to plead with her.
Mom, please don't be so mean to him. He's just a sweet old man who needs help.
But they didn't.
I've never forgotten it before.
The old man continued. You've never forgotten what?
My wallet. I must have left it in my other purple pants.
Are you asking for my money?
Oh, good gracious, no.
Then what are you asking for? Do hurry up, we're getting soaked to the skin here.
The old man. I know you are, and that is why I'm offering you this umbrella of mine to protect you, and to keep forever if only what? If only you would give me in return the money for a taxi fare just to get me home.
If you had no money in the first place, then how did you get here?
I walked. Every day I go for a lovely long walk and then I take a taxi back home.
I do it every day of the year.
Why don't you walk home now?
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could. But I don't think I could manage on these silly old legs of mine. I've gone too far already.
The mother stood there chewing her lower lip. She was beginning to melt a bit. You could see that. And the idea of getting an umbrella to shelter under must have tempted her a good deal.
It's a lovely umbrella.
So I've noticed.
It's silk.
I can see that. Then why don't you take it? It cost me over $30, I promise you. But now it's of no importance so long as I can get home and rest these old legs of mine. The child saw Mrs. Smith's hand feeling for the clasp of the purse. She saw her child watching her. In that look they were telling her, Mom, you simply can't take advantage of a tired old man in this way. It's a rotten thing to do.
I don't think it'd be quite right to take an umbrella from you worth so much. I think it'd be right if I just give you the taxi fare and be done with it.
No, 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 it's out of the question. I wouldn't dream of it, not in a million years. I would never accept money from you like that. Take the umbrella. Keep the rain off your shoulders.
The child wondered, why were you so horrid to him? But the mother explained. A true gentleman would want me to have the umbrella, not just take the money. So she had proven that he was a true gentleman. The mother and child were walking outside after their dinner when they saw the most peculiar sight. It was the old man from before that had given the umbrella, but he wasn't resting his old tired legs at all, skipping around on the street, walking towards a pub. So the mother and child followed the old man to the pub. Mrs. Smith watched as the old man approached the bar and spoke with the bartender. As she expected, the man was soon given a drink, a very expensive drink, with all the money that she had given him for his taxi fare home. Mrs. Smith exclaimed, "That's my money." The child asked, "What's in the glass?" "A very expensive drink, very expensive." The little old man picked up the glass and put it on his lips. He tilted it gently, higher and higher. Very soon, all of the drink had disappeared. He had drank all in one long pour. Mrs. Smith thought he must be mad, as he spent so much money and lost an umbrella for one drink. Slowly, the old man left the bar. He walked back to the door, where he had his cane and his hat. And then, as he was leaving, very subtly, grabbed an umbrella sitting nearby and opened it as he walked out. The pair hid behind their umbrella, but he paid no attention to them. They watched as he walked down the street and went to another man and did the exact same con that he had done to them. "So that's his clever game," Mrs. Smith exclaimed. "You see how clever he is? He never goes to the same pub twice." He could go on doing this all night, the child thought. But he'd be praying like crazy for rainy days.
What do you think?
That wasn't good.
What do you mean it wasn't good?
It didn't make much sense. The characters are sloppy. No one's gonna enjoy this film. You're gonna have to rewrite this.
What are you talking about? It made perfect sense.
It makes sense, but it's just not good. People, they're not going to want to watch this. Janice?
Are you accepting any of the applicants today?
None of the films were good enough to make it on their own, but I had an idea while they were all talking. What if we combined all three?
Oh, thanks. It's new. Yeah, I watch it all the time with Sam. I haven't seen him in a while. Well, there he is. Hello, chaps. Oh, hey, Sam. We were just talking about you. Really? All good things, I hope. Oh, always. How are y'all?
Whatever you guys
Good. Yeah, how's the life going? You know, we didn't turn down all the time, but we're here.
Really better.
Yeah. Y'all ever hear back from that lady like 2 months ago that we were all at? While we're at it, I think I'll just look her up, see what she's been up to. Well, would you look at that? She stole all of our ideas.
No way.
What?
Unbelievable. How did she even get away with that?